Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Starco here. Guys, today what we're going to do is we're going to do a Lance Battle Extreme guide about Nova Sam Alexander. Nova Sam Alexander is actually the new meta for Universal Hero. Uh, as right now, it's terrible the way we have to actually unlock him and rank him up. Hopefully, later on when people are going to be watching this video, uh, it will be easily obtainable or at least, farmable in a real way, not locked behind RNG. Obviously, guys, this is not my account, it's a friend account. I actually blocked the name because I do not want people to pester this guy who already had all he needed to put uh, Nova to tier 2 without spending money when the update was released. 3.6 update was released. So first, guys, I wanted to actually show you the cards we're going to be using. As you can see here in a card effect, the attack is not that high compared to top scorer that are going to be posting on YouTube. So when we actually show the run at the end, don't expect to have a score as high as the top score. This video is not about being at the top of the food chain, but it's about how to actually get it done with Nova. So like for example here we got 43.6% energy attack. If you combine all attack and energy and attack together, while the top players are going to have between 60 and 80% energy attack. So you see the difference is huge. And top player will going to be around doing about 800k. Me, my personal best so far it's 607k with my friend account, and the run we're going to do is a little bit lower than 6707k, but still a pretty decent run for showing in a guide. So let's go with the first thing here, guys. The team you want to use. You want to use Medusa lead with Nova and Tor. Why? Because you get some team bonus here. You have Nova with Tor, you get energy attack 5.3%, and Medusa with Tor, you get critical damage 4.9%. So this is apparently the best team up for him. Now, if we take a quick look at my build on Nova Sam Alexander, let's look at the stats first. We're running with 21.5%, 0.5k, sorry about that, energy attack, 125% attack speed. Attack speed is actually a stat that's really important on Nova. You want to get it as close as 100%, 130% as you can. After that, we got 45% critical rate, max critical damage, maxing your defense, max cooldown duration, well, max SCD, whatever. So what's important in the stats guide is you cap your defense, you cap your skill cooldown, you cap your critical damage if you can, and you cap your attack speed. For the critical rate, Nova gets 30% guaranteed critical rate at tier 2. So the critical rate is not as important as the other stat. Yes, if your other stats are all where you want them to be, well, critical rate is where you want to put the rest of your Euro. Next, guys, let's take a quick look at how I set my Euro. You can see here I got my 2 energy attack Euro per gear. Then I got a skill cooldown and in your defense Euro on some gear to make sure I get my cap. Then we got some attack speed and some critical rate. Obviously, I shouldn't be putting more attack speed, less critical rate on that. I didn't have enough Euro to actually do it, get it done. You can see I'm still wearing a 4-star Euro on that. So yeah, we do need to do some farming in the Euro. Next thing, ISO set, guys. ISO sets you want to go with. I actually recommend Power of the Angry Hulk for Nova, but Overdrive is good enough too. Why Power of the Angry Hulk? Because you get the extra attack speed that is really, really, really important for Nova. So I do recommend it over Overdrive, but if you get Overdrive, don't don't lose your sleep over it because overdrive is just fine. Here we are fully awakened, so we are getting the 40% increase of all attack from the ISO set. You can see here overdrive is all attack, all defense, critical rate, critical damage, and in your defense. If we go for the best obelisk, not everybody is going to have a CTP. So what you want to have on him, what's really important, is to have critical damage with increased damage plus. That is what's important. So if you roll a regular obelisk, you're going to go with something like that. Critical damage with increased damage plus. But if you got a CTP, well, you want a CTP of energy, guys, obviously, to have the extra in your dodge, because you have one ability that's really important to not get dodge on, and if you get dodge, well, it lowers your score a lot. So now let's take a look at the skills. You got tier 2 passive in your dodge rate by 30%, increased guaranteed critical rate by 30%, and the regular skill buff and shit. That's tier 2 passive. Tier 1 passive, apply to self, 10% increase of energy attack, and 10% increase dodge rate. So some extra dodge. Then you got the leadership that is useless on him that you are not going to use. Now for the skills, you actually have a few skills you're going to be paying attention to, and those are the skill number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So what is going to be the rotation, guys? The rotation is pretty simple. You're going to open with 5, cancel into 2 right away, then cancel again right into 3. 3 is where you want your damage plus, guys. This is a bit like cable gun. That's where you're going to get your damage plus. That's where that's the reason why you want a high attack speed, because the higher attack speed, the more damage you're going to be doing there. So it's just a laser rate that you keep doing, and when you have about 2.5 seconds left on your 5th skill cooldown, you're going to use 4. Use it for you know, you'll get the feeling out of it. It will also depend where your pros was there. So sometimes you're going to cancel the animation as soon as the 5th skill is available. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit longer just to make sure you get your pros right at the start of your 3rd skill. So basically the rotation, and yeah, basically that's the rotation. The 2nd skill is important for one reason. It's because it will apply a 10% decrease of all defense on the target, and you want to be using it as much as you can. It stack up to 30%, minus 30%, so you can use it whenever you want. But we usually use it before, right, the 3rd skill, and usually the pros on the 3rd skill lasts 5 seconds, so you're actually not able to keep it stacked, so you just use it on spur rotation in Alliance Battle Extreme. So the way you're going to do your rotation, guys, like I said, you open 5, 2, 3. You're gonna have your pro. If you're lucky enough, if you cancel fast enough, basically, you're gonna have your pros on 3. Then after that, with 2 seconds left, 2.5 seconds left on 3, you're gonna use 4. Then 5 on cooldown. Then, like I said, to adjust to the pros, if your pros get a little bit late, I mean, it doesn't start at the start of the 3rd skill, you gotta extend your skill animation on the 4 before you cancel into 5. You will get a feeling, you'll see in the video we're about to move to, guys, that how I sometimes extend my 4th skill, 5th skill sometimes, just to make sure that I get my pros at the back, if my pros back at the start of the 3rd skill, because if you do not have the pros at the start of the 3rd skill, you are losing so much damage. You see a difference between some 3rd skill compared to other one, that where I do lots of damage compared to almost no damage. So that's pretty much a rotation, guys. If you have extra question about Nova, how to set him up or anything, guys, comment section, you tell me your question. I will answer to you with no problem. I read all my comments, guys. I have no problem with that. So next, guys, we are going to move to the gameplay. The gameplay was recorded earlier, so there will be no Starco in there, no voice, nothing, but just the gameplay, guys. So on that, thank you for watching, guys. Enjoy the gameplay. Don't forget to sub and like. I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.